Hey everyone, I wish you warm welcome. Today's class is designed to get some opening in your shoulders, chest, and strength in your arms. So without further ado, let's begin. Come at the center of mat and get into Tadasana. Bring the inner edges of your feet together, arms at your sides, lift through the chest, shoulders back and look straight. Slow and steady breath. Fingers not curving towards the shoulders or the ceiling. Let the fingers straighten. Press all the edges of your feet on the ground to bring the evenness of your body weight. Gently move the shoulders back and down so shoulder blades coming closer to the spine and lifting through the chest. That means sternum going more towards the ceiling. Move your head back. So Tadasana is mountain pose. So try or imagine yourself as a mountain, strong and steady, body weight spread equally among your feet. Next, Urdhva Baddha Gulyasana. Urdhva means upward, Baddha Gulyasana means bound fingers. So while standing in Tadasana, raise your arms up and bring them in line with your shoulders. Interlock your fingers right up to the whip to make firm interlock. Bring your thumbs in line with other fingers. Change the direction of your palms so that palms are facing towards the wall in the front. Once more, watch the alignment of your lower body, means your legs, your body weight, and while maintaining the alignment of your torso without pushing your ribcage forward or changing the alignment of your pelvis, raise your arms up and bring your upper arms in line with your ears. The aim is not to bring the arms as back as possible even while adjusting all the alignments of your pelvis and you're pushing your ribcage forward. No, if you can reach up to this point, that's absolutely fine. So maintain the alignment. See, be aware where you feel the from what point your arms can go and they stop. And slowly, with awareness of your breath and practice, will move the arms back over a period. So let the arms go till the point where they go. Slow and steady breath. Be aware of your lower body, your pelvis not tilting. And then on an exhale, if you can smooth your arms slightly a little back, a centimeter back, then try doing that. And elbows straight, arms straight at the elbows and palms facing towards the ceiling. So just have a look at your arms to see if you are not bending the elbow or hyperextending, and then slowly move them back. Bring your arms down. Change the interlocking your fingers. So bring the opposite little finger in the front. Once more. When you are ready, raise your arms up. Now when you are in the pose, see if you can move your shoulder joints up, down and back. And feel that sensation of stretch or lengthening at your outer arms, in your forearms, in your palms and the fingers. At the same time, press all the edges of your feet on the ground. Maintain that mountain pose. Slowly release. Bring your arms down. Next, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So if you're close to the wall, that's good. If you're not, that's perfectly fine. Come onto the mat in kneeling position, that is tabletop position, and you're next to the wall, then stay a bit close to the wall. So bring your hands in line with your shoulders. So your wrists are roughly in line with your shoulders. Fingers pointing or leaning towards the wall in the front, and bring equal distance or some even distance between the fingers. The angle between your shin, your legs and your torso is roughly 90 degrees. While pressing your hands on the ground, bring your heels on the wall. So if you're far away from the wall or if you're too close to the wall, feel free to come down and adjust. Your toes are pointing towards the wall in the front and ankles are not falling out to the sides. Straighten your arms, legs straight. So open the back of your knees by pressing your thighs back towards the wall behind. And now when you are in the pose, imagine as if there is a belt around the top of your thighs and your hips are being pulled back towards the wall behind. That allows you to get one straight long spine from your hips or from the base of your spine all the way up through your head towards the ground. Move those shoulder joints back and try to move your torso more towards the wall behind. Get that opening in the shoulder. So moving your armpit chest more towards the wall behind, you access or you ask your shoulders to open a bit more to get the chest and your trunk more towards the legs. So what I mean by that, when you are in this position, to bring the chest more towards the ground, you have to get that access from your shoulders. The angle here, you need to get opening in the shoulder to go from your torso to go more towards the legs. If you feel tired, come to the ground, bring your knees to the ground. If you're not, last two breaths here. Keep slow inhale and slow exhale. And with each exhale, see if you can bring your hips more back, your torso more towards your legs, and get one straight long spine. Slowly bring your knees to the ground and come to forward virasana. So your knees towards the side edges of your mat, buttocks to the heels, and your feet, top of your feet on the ground. And then move your torso between your legs towards the wall in the front. Rest your forearms on the ground and allow your shoulders to relax. We asked a lot from our shoulders, so just let them release, let them go. Any tension or tightness, and allow your hips to sink more towards the ground. Just observe the sensation in your forearms, in your shoulders, in your legs. Watch your breath. When you are ready, slowly come up and come up standing. Now, Paschima Baddha Gulyasana. Paschim means west, and in yoga context, it means behind the back or at your back. And Baddha Gulyasana means bound fingers. I will turn to show my back. You can stay where you are. So stand in Tadasana. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Straighten your arms. Move your shoulder joints back. Let the arms go down and bring your hands on your buttocks. Move your head back. So when you are in this position and when arms go back, there is a tendency for the pelvis to tilt and ribcage to go forward like this. So adjust your pelvis, bring your ribcage in and move your shoulder joints back and down to get that length at your arms. Same what we did in Tadasana or the previous pose. Your lower body stay in mountain pose, solid and strong like a mountain. And when you feel stable, move your arms away from your hips or your buttocks towards the wall behind. Get that opening in your shoulder joints. Imagine your collarbones are widening and you are creating space in your chest. Slow and steady breath. Slowly bring your hands to the hips and change the interlocking of your fingers. Bring the opposite little finger in the front and once more. First get stable, not pushing the rib cage forward. Move the shoulder joints back, lift the chest up, and then when you feel strong and steady, let the hands go away from the hips, more towards the wall behind. Gentle smile on your face. When you feel uncomfortable, smile through it. Slow and steady breath. Slowly bring arms back on your hips. Shake your arms, let them go, release any tension or tightness. From here, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Urdhva means upward and Svanasana means upward dog. So, upward dog, come to the mat and lie on your abdomen. Bring your hands next to your chest, elbows in, lift through your chest, look straight. Untuck your toes so top of your feet are on the ground and feet are hip width apart. So while pressing your hands on the ground, lift your chest, your torso and the legs up and let the body slide a little bit forward so that you can lift through your torso up while moving your shoulder joints back. Similar to what we did in previous two poses, we are getting that access in the shoulder. So move the shoulder joints back. Let the chest open, widen the collarbones and create space in your chest. And now when you are in the pose, move your head back and slow and steady breath. Just be aware of your ankles. They are not falling out to the sides. They are in line with your toes. One nice curve from your legs through your hips and back all the way up towards the ceiling. Strong and steady arms. We are building that strength in the arms in this pose. Slowly come back to the ground. Release. Bring your hands in the front. Hands on top of each other and you can bring your forehead on top of your hands and relax. Let your shoulders, your forearms, your arms to release. If you feel like moving your body to release any tension or tightness, feel free to do that. Watch your breath. If you are breathing heavy, just observe. You don't have to change anything. Just observe the breath, observe the sensations in your body. If you're feeling any tension, tightness, then just observe that. When you're ready, slowly come up and join me as we practice Purvottanasana. Purva means east and Uttana means intense stretch. So it's in this context of yoga, Purva means front of your body, Paschim means back of your body. If you have blocks handy, we will use them. I will show you the variation. If you don't have blocks, absolutely fine. I will show you the variation first without using the blocks and then with the blocks. Sit in Dandasana. So that means your legs are straightened towards the wall in the front, your hand beside your hips, and you lift through your chest and move your shoulder joints back. Staff pose, that is Dandasana. Then move your hands, lean back while maintaining the length at the torso that you have created. So you don't want to curve your back and shorten the front of your torso. Maintain that lift, that length at the front of torso, and then lean back. Slide your hands back so that they're roughly your wrists are in line with your shoulders. And while maintaining this alignment, move your shoulder joints back. Very similar to what we did in previous two poses standing. Moving the shoulder joints back, lifting the chest up. Maintain this alignment And then while maintaining this alignment, press your hands on the ground and raise your hips up to move the toes more towards the ground. Let Move that shoulder joints down, lift the chest up, lift the hips up, and now when you are in the pose, move your head back, slow and steady breath. Press all the fingers on the ground and let the hips come and toes more towards the ground to get that opening at the front of your hips. Last two breaths here. This is called reverse plank pose, where we are getting stretch to the front of our body. Slowly come down and come back to Dandasana. Bring your hands beside your hips. Lift through your front of your body. Lift through the front ribs up towards the ceiling, not curving the back. Lift through the chest. Long, straight posture of your torso. Slowly release. Sit cross-legged and let's take a gentle twist. Move towards your right. Bring your right hand at the back. Place it on the ground. Your fingers are on the ground and you are using your left hand as a gentle support to twist. Look towards the wall on your right. We are using them to release any tension or tightness. So do not do to the full capacity or full intensity of the twist that you can achieve. Slowly come to the center and turn towards the left. Knees around your top arm or front arm around your knee. Let the shoulder go back. Both the shoulders, inner shoulders away from each other. Look towards the wall on your left. And then with inhale, lift the front torso up. Gentle smile on your face. And be aware of your breath. Slowly release. It's time for Garudasana arms in Vajrasana. I'm so sorry, absolutely forgot to show the variation using the blocks. I will quickly do that because I really like that variation which allows you to open more in your shoulders and chest. So, and let's practice one more time the Purvottanasana. Sit in Dandasana, lean back while maintaining the length and bring your hands, slide them back, and instead of placing them on the ground, now you're placing them on the block. So your palms are on the top of the block and your fingers are curled at the edge of the block. Now while maintaining this alignment, move the shoulders back, lift through the chest, and then press your hands on the ground and lift your hips up and bring those toes more towards the ground to get that opening at the front of your hips. Move the shoulder joints back and move your chin towards the wall behind. See if you feel any difference when you try with the blocks. Does that allow you to get more opening in your shoulders and at your chest? In this pose, you build the strength in your shoulders, in your forearms, in your upper arms. So for the sake of strong arms, let's hold this pose for one more breath. Slowly release. Bring your hips on the ground. Come forward. Stay in Dandasana for 2 breaths. When you are ready, cross your legs. Gentle twist towards the right. Come to the center and go towards the left. Keep moving your inner shoulders away from each other. You're spreading your collarbones creating that length from your ears to your shoulder joints. Slowly come to the center. Time for Garudasana arms in Vajrasana. I will turn to show my back to show you how to sit in Vajrasana. Take a block or you can take a blanket and keep it underneath your buttocks, and your heels are besides your hips like this. Your toes are pointing towards the wall behind and let them lengthen. So use your fingers, your hands to lengthen your toes. And while maintaining this alignment, lift through your chest, long straight posture, long straight spine, and then raise your right arm up and bend your arm at the elbow up. The center. Time for Garudasana arms in Vajrasana. So take a block and sit in Vajrasana. So place a block underneath your buttocks and sit on it so that your heels are beside your hips. Or instead of block, you can as well use a blanket. So I'll quickly show how to use a blanket. So if you have a blanket at home, just fold it in this fashion, and I will turn to show my back. Place it between your legs, underneath your buttocks. Sit on the blanket so that your heels are close or beside your hips, toes pointing towards the wall behind you. Just have a look at your toes. Make sure, use your fingers to bring some distance between them and they're straight towards the wall behind. So your heels or your ankles are not tilting in or out. Make them in one straight line from heels to toes. Okay. Now, where you are in Vajrasana, bring your arms in line with your shoulders. Just what we did earlier, arms in line with your shoulders. Bend the arms at the elbows and bring your right elbow joint on top of your left. So this is my right on top of my left. Okay, and join your palms together. So if you can't join your palms and you can just move till this point, that's absolutely fine. As long once you have your right elbow joined on top of your left, just you want to try to join the palms, but that's not necessary. Important is to have the elbow joint in line with the shoulders and then try to move the shoulder joints back towards the wall behind to create space between your shoulder joints and ears. So you're not moving them in the front like this and curving your back. You're lifting through the chest and then moving your shoulder joints back. Slow and steady breath. Release. I will turn sideways to give you better view. This time, bring your left elbow joint on top of your right. So bend your arms, left elbow joint on top of your right and join your palms together. Lift your elbows up, bring them in line with the shoulder, not curving the back and bringing shoulders close to each other like this. Lift through the torso, lift your chest, move the shoulder joints back and slow and steady breath. Be aware of your heels. Your heels are close to your hips. You can press them on at the sides of your hips and your toes not curving towards your ankles. Let them straighten towards the wall behind. Gentle breath, slow and steady. Feel that length in your collarbones. Let them spread out to the sides and feel the stretch or observe the stretch in your outer arms, at the shoulder joints, and the sides of your scapula. Feel the sensation of the stretch. When we sit whole day and we sit on computer, or some of us or most of us sit in front of the computers whole day, we really tighten these areas. So having this stretch allow you to release the muscles and the tightness. Slowly release. I was really enjoying it, so I feel I ended up spending a bit longer than the opposite side. That's all right. Um, it's time for Chathara Parivartanasana, that is revolved abdominal pose. I love this pose. It really allows you to relax. Uh, so without further ado, let's do it. Lie on your back, arms at your sides, raise your legs up, bring your knees together, your feet together, and your arms in line with your shoulders. Just have a look. They're in line with your shoulders and hands are on the ground. So with the support of your hands, while you will slowly move your legs towards the right. Okay? Move them towards the right. I'm moving towards the left because I want to demonstrate, but you can move them towards the right first, or you can also move towards the left if you want. Bring them on the ground, slow and steady breath, and look at the ceiling. And do not try to press the left shoulder joint towards the ground. Just maintain the pose and release, or the twist in come. Let the twist come slowly through your abdomen, through your torso, all the way up towards the shoulder to bring the left side of your rib cage down towards the ground. So that will bring your left shoulder more towards the ground. Slow and steady breath. On an exhale, see if you can twist from your abdomen the left side of your rib cage more towards the ground. Make this a last breath, and when you are ready, with the help of your hands, slowly raise your legs up, bring them in the center, and go towards the opposite side. Bring your legs on the ground, look straight. If you want to increase the intensity of the stretch, and you can use your hand to press the knee down of your leg or the knee which is on the top. Observe the sensation or the release that you feel in your outer hips, in your lower back, in your mid back, and slowly the twist that you get in your abdomen through all the way up through the right side of your rib cage. Let it sink more towards the right. Let it twist so that your right shoulder comes slowly more towards the ground. To be very precise, the back of your right shoulder slowly comes on the ground. While pressing your hands on the ground, bring your legs up, bring them on the ground, straighten your legs. Time for Shavasana. So if you want a blanket on top of you or underneath you, feel free to put one. Arms at your sides, facing towards the ceiling or towards the ground, whatever helps to put you in the position where you are not tightening or holding any body part. Let them relax, let them release. Maintain the slow and steady breath and bring your mind to scan your body from your forehead all the way down towards your toes. See if you're grouping or holding any body part, and if so, try to release or let that body part go or the hold to disappear on an exhale. Allow your forehead to relax. Any frown lines on your forehead, quieten them. Allow your jaw to relax. Allow your shoulders to sink or naturally go towards the ground. We did a lot of strengthening and lengthening of our collarbones, shoulder joints, and the arms. Show some love to them. Let them relax. Watch your breath. See how your abdomen goes up and recoils itself with each breath. Allow your abdomen and the front of your hips to relax. If you are holding or tightening any part of your abdomen, the front of your hips, or the lower body, let it go. You can use the exhalation to quieten the body part. So when you exhale, imagine you are letting that hold go and that body part to relax. Once you achieve that and once you understand how to let it go, any of your body part, slowly you achieve an idea or you get an idea to do the same with other parts of your body. To come out of the Shavasana, deepen your breath, deep inhale and slow exhale. Bend your legs, bring the soles of your feet on the ground and bring your hands on your lower front ribs. Take 2 breaths here. When you are ready, slowly turn towards the right or left. Stay here for a moment. While placing your hand on the ground, slowly come up and sit in cross-leg position. Feel free to take a blanket or a block underneath your buttocks to sit, eyes closed, hands on your thighs. Slow inhale and slow exhale. Bring your hands to your chest in Namaskar Mudra, that is prayer position. Move your head forward. Slow and steady breath. On an exhale, one more time. See if you can release your shoulder joints down towards the ground. Let them relax and go down while maintaining the lift in your torso through your lower back and through your chest. Gentle smile on your face. Take this opportunity to thank yourself for being engaged in the practice and looking after your health. So for us, all the poses that we did is like meditation in action. Meditation through the poses that we did. Namaste and thank you. See you next time. Till then, wish you all the best.